All right, guys, I'm going to make this short and sweet. I'm trying not to laugh because my wife is in the background trying not to crack up. And I got Finn over here sitting in the living room. Kind of did this before the last time. So if you guys remember, if you guys have been following, I kind of worked it in there in other videos about the oiling issues I'm having with the new small block 350 that I put together. Well, today was the day where I finally had just enough time to put it on the back on a regular engine stand off the run stand and pop the oil pan off and pop the oil pump off. And I was a little scared. I always am. I'm not a professional engine builder. I try my best to do things right. And I popped off the main caps and all of the rod caps, at least, you know, just to inspect one half of the bearing, even though if you're having detonation issues, you need to look at the top side of the rods. I will say that much. But for my purposes, at least inspecting one end of the rods was good enough. So I pulled off all the main caps, and they look great. Minor scuffs, considering the history of the engine self-clearancing 7 rods or rod bearings in the past, and the fact that I didn't send out the block to get cleaned, I'd say that's really, really good. Some of the journals had a couple of scratches, but not enough to destroy a bearing. I've certainly have done worse. So I pulled the pump off. There's still a little bit of mystery behind it, but ultimately I talked, again, in the Olds world, the community is small. Everybody's kind of intertwined in a way. And I talked to my buddy, and the reality of it is that pump was blueprinted for a different engine build. It might not jive with some of my oiling mods that the block inherently came with. So all the bearings look great. Everything looks good. For really, I've kind of beat the crap out of that engine on the run stand. I'm fairly impressed with the fact that actually, I wish I took a picture of it, but the fact that you can still see the marks from the dial bore gauge on the bearings is actually pretty cool, because I revved this thing to at least 65 to 7,000 RPM plenty of times on a run stand. I'm not going to lie. I'm the type of person that if it's going to blow, it's going to blow. As nervous and as much anxiety as I get about engines, I think that I'm also kind of a 180 person where it's like all or nothing. And so I think the engine's in really good shape. On the bottom end, I'm relieved about that, because this might possibly be my last go with an Olds engine, and I didn't want it to be for nothing. There's a couple of controversial points with this build. The dual plane, the big block heads, and we're going to see. I mean, I hope this engine does better than my current one. Maybe? I don't know. That's honestly like every engine I wanted to go faster. This one was built as a utilitarian engine, but let me tell you, on the stand, it feels real strong, and it feels really, really good. So I hope that that translates into something in the car. But either way, what I'm going to be doing is I am going to be taking the oil pump apart, but the oil pump has been blueprinted for a different engine. And I think at this point, what I'm going to be doing is just buying a new Melling high flow or high volume oil pump, and just putting it in stock. I've always put oil pumps in stock. I don't think, I'm sorry, I was looking at my other dog was wandering out in the room. You hear her clicking and clacking on our wood floors. She's a heavy-footed pit bull. But I think that at the end of the day, it was a oil pump that was meant for something else. And we're going to see. I mean, it could be something else, but from what I saw and what I've seen, I think, and considering that the oil pump, again, I really wanted to do like a video with a chat with Mr. Dave Worthington. Mr. Worthington, if you're watching this, I think we need to have like a group chat for my page between you, me, JJ, and maybe somebody else on Mr. Jim Cooper or somebody else, whoever's watching out there. Get a good group of guys. She's out here. You guys see her? But either way, she's just enjoying her best life. So, yeah, her dogs are getting old. But either way, get a group chat with guys and just talk about some stuff, because I think the group of guys that I kind of have been friends with for the last couple of years. We're very eclectic mentally in what we like to do. I'm definitely the oddball guy. I'm always messing with the small block stuff, and everybody's got big block stuff. I don't need all those cubic inches. I just need RPM. But either way, I'm going to take the oil pump apart and inspect it because the bypass easily moved while when I took it out. I grabbed a little pick and I was able to compress it super easy with no force. So it's very odd. Unless, again, the force is greater than equal or all this shit. Either way, the easiest way to rule it out, and I'm not about to trash an engine by trying to continuously make a oil pump that may not work. I'm going to spend the 100 to 120, whatever it is, on a brand new milling pump to rule things out. At this point, it's worth it. It's a very minor investment. So, actually, a message just came through on my thing, so I was just kind of scrolling that off. So, either way, that's the game plan. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to follow it up. I really wish I made more videos on it while I was doing it, but it was like 5 o'clock after work. It took me a half hour to get everything apart. I have to torque everything back down, get an oil pump, put it back together. I am going to show a picture, though. I'm very proud of my rope rear main seal that I tell you guys has always worked for me. I pulled the cap off and the rope seal stayed in place. If you do them right, it's almost what it should. It almost looks like a one piece. So I'm very proud of that. If there's anything I can be proud of, it's that at minimum, right? Set your standards low, goddammit. So I'll let you guys go. I'm going to add a couple of pictures. I hope I haven't bored you. Share, like, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram as Copper Cutlass. And I hope these on-face videos are a little bit more serious than some of the other stuff I've done, because this is like a serious subject matter for me. When something goes wrong with an engine, I take it very personal. Even though I'm not an engine builder, it's a very critical thing. And, I have money invested in this stuff, and nobody's giving me money or really helping me out. I'm just buying everybody's old shit and working with it. So this is kind of a reality to backyard building and bashing and slapping parts together. I put an oil pump that was blueprinted for a different engine, and those modifications may not be happy with what I got going on. So that's the reality of it. And by putting an entirely different oil pump in it is going to be one extreme from the other, and I think that's probably the best way to go about it at this point versus chasing my tail. And either I'm going to end up with the old oil pump or the new one, which I can use on something else, but there'll be a fine medium in between if there's something truly off between the two. So we'll figure it out yet. So share, like, subscribe. See you guys around.